Thank you. Our next employer spotlight will have 3 speakers. First, we will hear from Colonel Art Glicken and One Knox's Beth Avey. They represent a unique partnership that was formed between the Army and surrounding communities since the announcement of the base realignment and closure recommendations to grow Fort Knox operations by, in part, consolidating the Army's human resource functions in one location, forming the Army's Human Resource Center of Excellence. This transformation is resulting in more than 1,400 civilian job openings on post and hundreds of spin-off jobs off post. Beth and Colonel Glicken will share more information on these new knowledge-based job opportunities. Those are the first 2. Then Penny Gooden began her career with Kroger in January of 1982. Since then, she's held several positions within the company, now serving as VP of Merchandising for Kroger Mid-South. She manages 6 merchandising departments and sales of almost $6 billion annually. In addition to Penny's many responsibilities with Kroger, outside of work, she devotes her time to her husband and 2 young children. And then Wes Snyder is the director or mayor of Geek Squad City. Geek Squad City is located in Brooks, Kentucky. I bet you didn't know it was based in Kentucky, did you? And is the largest computer repair facility in the United States, employs more than 900 agents and citizens. Wes brings to this position extensive leadership in service delivery management, streamlined service execution, and change management with Best Buy. He previously served as director of the company's service strategy and partnerships group, assessing long-term opportunities for the company's service offerings. Here are our speakers.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name's Beth Avey. I'm with an organization called One Knox. We were established in January of 2006, and I'll tell you why from the first slide. The region surrounding Fort Knox was preparing for the 2005 base realignment and closure announcement. And they were preparing for the worst possible scenario, closure of Fort Knox. And lo and behold, we got a much different piece of news. The Armor Center and School, those tankers that had long been associated with the installation for decades, were pulling up and moving to Fort Benning, Georgia. But joining us was the Army's Human Resource Center of Excellence, several deployable go-to-war units that really hadn't been on the installation. There wasn't a deployable brigade since the mid-90s. And we knew that this was going to have a significant region-wide impact. Over 5,000 new permanent positions coming to the installation, numerous spin-off jobs associated with that. So the community leaders in our region, the 10-county region surrounding Fort Knox, recognized that we needed to do this and prepare for this collaboratively. And that's how One Knox, the organization that I'm associated with, was born. It's a coordinated, collaborative effort. And the other big piece of it is our partnership with the Army and making sure that we're in sync with their needs, their workforce needs. And as you can see from the slides, with this influx for the Army Human Resource Center of Excellence, big change in the workforce at Fort Knox. Significant increase in white-collar, knowledge-based positions. Organizations that are moving here are largely IT-centric. Notable organizations like the U.S. Army Accessions Command, responsible for bringing people into the military, into the Army, managing the Army's national advertising campaign, commanded by a 3-star general, something Fort Knox I don't believe has ever had. U.S. Army Cadet Command, all of the ROTC units. And the biggest muscle movement of them all, Army Human Resources Command. So joining me here today was the first Human Resources Command soldier on the ground some 2+ years ago, Colonel Art Glicken.
Thank you, Beth. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You see our mission statement. I have several functions up here today, but one of them is to get you to possibly begin to think about a career with Human Resources Command. Given your skills, your education, and your experience, can you envision yourself helping us with our mission? Next slide. One back, please. We have agencies all over the United States, but for purposes of BRAC, we were, up until a couple of weeks ago, located in St. Louis, Indianapolis, and Alexandria, Virginia. Over the course of this summer, we are moving those 3 locations to Fort Knox, Kentucky. There are literally meetings going on at those 3 locations to decide whose job it is to turn off the lights and turn in the keys, because everybody who said yes is coming here. And where is here? Next slide, please. On the 27th of May, we dedicated the Lieutenant General Timothy J. Maud Complex. It's about a 900,000 square foot complex on Fort Knox. We share it with one of our partners, the Sessions Command, and we're going to put our organization along with the Sessions Command in there. And yes, it is open for business. Next slide. But we, Human Resources Command, has a very significant challenge. We're about 3,000 people strong, give or take. About 900, whoop, there goes my mic. About 900 are military, dressed like me. About 2,100 are Department of the Army civilians that look like you. But not all 2,100 of those said yes. As a matter of fact, most of them did not. So we've got a challenge on this end. And that challenge is, who is going to fill those empty workstations? Candidly, I hope possibly part of the solution to our challenge may very well be sitting in this room right now. However, if you think that you can assist us, you have a challenge as well. Next slide. We have numerous career opportunities. Human resource specialists are the most, along with our information technology specialists. Information technology is the backbone of our organization. That means everybody has a computer and workstation on their desk. But let me deviate a little bit for a moment. Human resource management for us is not the same as human resource management in the private sector. That's very, very important. Our human resource management, you are managing the careers of soldiers around the world. And that requires very specialized experience. And you need to have that in your minds before you think about a career with us. Because we have a challenge about expectation management in terms of the civilian world. Next slide, please. I talked about your challenge. We are not as quick as the private sector. Beth is going to briefly talk to you about the system in which you have to make application. We literally teach a 3-hour course in Elizabethtown and Radcliffe every month on how to apply in this system. But there are absolutely resources on the ground available to you to help you with that. And with that said, I'll turn